So it has. So it has been a while. I missed earlier this week. Just had a cold and my throat was really not feeling that great. And honestly, these streams, even though they're kind of short, they kind of wreck my mouth and my throat just kind of trying to talk that consistently. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So. And yeah, so basically, as if it wasn't bad enough that it's already kind of hard on my throat, I was also a little sick. So, I just figured I'll just take it easy for a little bit. But give it a shot today. I'll probably just be a bit quieter than normal today, just to kind of give my throat a little bit of a break. I've been taking just a whole bunch of lozenges and trying to keep it going. So something I thought about fairly recently that I didn't really think of until now is that I'm changing the design for the Bulwark guns here, but I didn't really consider how that would work on the Badger, which is right now the smallest guy to have that type of gun. So it shouldn't be a huge problem. I think they'll end up being a little bit bigger than what he's currently got, but I don't really think that's a problem. I can do a few little tweaks to the offset and stuff. Just means I need to keep that in mind. So overall, core design, like the fundamental design on this is done. I like where everything is sitting. I'm thinking of maybe ways of doing a few more details, but otherwise I am pretty happy with everything. That's going, and recording. Okay, sorry. Just double checking, make sure everything was working. Because at this point it'd be pretty embarrassing if I lost a stream because I made a stupid mistake. I've made enough of those already. So let's just get into it. I'm still not sure what to do with the back area here. It needs something more than this. I know that much, so let's just move that up and out of the way because it's nice, but it's not really what I'm looking for. It doesn't really help, actually. I think I'll just do this. Yeah, because I think I mentioned this last time too, is that I was noticing on some of the older models that I've been trying to paint, which unfortunately I haven't really done any more work on yet, still. But what I noticed was that there are a lot of areas where it's hard to know exactly where the colors end up. Some of the areas are kind of like they're not nicely, they're not distinct blocks, like distinct, like here, like this part is distinctly separate color from this part and this part. That much is clear, right? But I'm noticing on some of the older designs like the Inferno and the Fusillade that it's not as clear. So it's something I'm trying to keep in mind for just doing this stuff, because it does make it easier when it comes time to paint. And I definitely appreciate that because painting is still, they're fairly simple models, but it's still a lot for me because I'm just not very good at it. So, oh yeah, the old one. This I can just hide for now. Just want to clean this up a little bit. Okay. So I'm liking this design, kind of giving it pretty much, because these are mag coils that, produce a little magnetic tube to fire the plasma down. Fortunately, it's not a very big weapon, so the plasma tube is not very, so the plasma doesn't kind of like hold its shape, it dissipates over distance, so you really gotta get it's a really short range weapon essentially. And while you can technically shoot at longer range, all it's going to do is just kind of, you know, be like a heat wave rather than, or a mild heat wave rather than a scorching ball of plasma. Which, as it turns out, you know, the plasma does a lot more damage than the little wave of heat. So, most of the time you want to keep it doing that instead. Just got an idea for this area. Let's see, what else has been going on? I mean, you're not gonna know by the time I'm done this, it's already gonna be done, but I am pretty much good to go with the YouTube channel. I just finished some temp art for the channel. And that was fun. Well, it was fun. I think it looks pretty cool. So that'll go, so I've got that up. And then really, honestly, just as, oops, sorry, and then yeah, basically as soon as I get that all sorted out, I'm gonna start going around and pretty much linking to people to it now. There's technically still like not much on there. I just have the Barracuda videos that have been all edited and are good to go. Everything else is still not quite ready. Part of the problem is that, well, I've got a lot of essentially what is essentially incomplete stuff. Like, I've got a bunch of the Lego stuff I worked on that 1 week is not like finished. What else? Geez, gotta think about this for a second. This, obviously we're still working on this. I should merge these. Yeah, obviously we're still working on this. And it's kind of like in a weird catch-22 where I can't really, because I want to do, at least right now, what I want to do for the thumbnails is make them, you know, obviously be a picture of the model that's being worked on, because that makes sense to me. But it doesn't quite work that way. You kind of need to finish the model before you can post a picture of it. So understandably, that makes it difficult to do in this scenario. Oops. There. So yeah, that's a bit of a quirk. Still kind of working that one out. But otherwise, that's good to go and to get started. I did do the Barracuda time-lapse, that is done. So that is up and part of the playlist. And yeah, I just need to do that, and that's not right. There. Oh, that's separate. Okay. Shoot. Alright, so, oh Jesus. Why is it doing this? Because I accidentally delete. God damn it. Why am I so bad at this? Okay. So this line might as well go there. Then we can do that. Then we can just bring this out to here. Combine that. And then it's all good to go. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, so channel's still good to go. Really excited about that and getting it out there. I also just finished, pretty much I put out all the Solar War stuff I had that was rendered from, that was pretty much like the renders of all the Lego design stuff. So that's out, and that's good to have out. Still all linked up? I think so. Yeah, I just gotta tweak up here. that's actually pretty easy, just like that. Yeah? Yeah. So that was good to get finished. I got those all uploaded on the DeviantArt channel. I have actually just last night, so about 16 hours ago, I uploaded them all to Reddit in our mecha and our Lego, and got a little bit of attention there. Not much, of course, but still some cool attention. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say no to stuff like that because, you know, it's, you know, I like sharing the stuff, so I'm gonna share it. And then if people like it, great. If not, I'm gonna keep sharing until someone tells me to stop, or until I get bored. That's always possible. But otherwise, so that went well. And looking at these turrets now, and I don't like how that sticks up. There we go, let's fix that. And yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm still a little bit stiffly, so I'll probably try and keep this to a very succinct 60 minutes. I've been wanting to do more streaming instead of just the 2 days sometime that I'm supposed to do. It's mostly just a case of just a case of just trying to find time when I'm really feeling it. Lately it's been a bit more difficult, so that's been unfortunate, but I think I'm, especially now that, what the heck is going on here? I don't know why it's off. Fixed. Good. Wait a minute. Is that off center? It is. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that now. Look at the centers. Yeah, they're off. Why are they off? Are these off too? Yeah, how am I supposed to tell? See, this feels closer to what I envisioned. Although that creates a gap, so that can't be it. Okay, so it must have been that. I'm going to assume it was a case of where this, like, that corner, which is this corner, it's here. Okay, that's right. And I gotta cut the constraint. And I go in here and I fix the centers. I went through all the trouble to get it right the first time. Those are roughly in the same spot, so I guess we'll just go back through and fix that up. So now this is all one piece, actually, isn't it? Yeah, I just go around the edge, which was expected. Okay. So let's just symmetrize, mirror that. Cool. I'm gonna just move you out of the way a little bit. Okay, now where was I? Shoot. Oh yeah, streaming more. And I think where I'm getting to the point where I've, like, for example, I finished getting all the Solar War stuff uploaded, editing kind of like that lore that I had written for it, because that was essentially just old lore, and you know, I like it, but it's not quite gonna work for what I need, so rewriting it. And obviously a lot of it's still up, I'm still open to the possibility of changing a bunch of it, simply because this is stuff that I've kind of, you know, come up not quite on the fly. I mean, I've already had a fair bit of time to actually think about this stuff, but it's definitely a case of where I've thought about it some, but as I think about it more, things could change. So I definitely like the core direction I've taken things, so that's good. Just gotta keep going, really. And now that those are done, it means that essentially what's left to do then is work on updating those Lego models into 3D models, because that was kind of the point. Really, I mean, like, honestly, that was pretty much the whole point. See, this is exactly what I was talking about before. I want to connect these to make it more visually interesting, but that means that these have to be the same color as this whole block is here. And it's not necessarily a problem, it's just something else to consider, really. Is that something I want? Let's... Why can't it be simple? Why can't it be simple? Let's... Yeah, and so basically turning all the Solar War designs into 3D models. Now that's simultaneously a simple and complicated project. It's simple because although they don't all share the same frame, there's definitely a lot of shared elements to the frames. Yeah. So yeah, there is a lot of shared elements at least, but you know, it still means that I have to design that like core underlying frame, and for me, getting all like the mechanical options right, I mean, it's basically gonna be like designing a model kit, because I want that full range of movement. I want it to be able to, you know, like traditionally when I've been designing all the mechs and stuff, like if I actually went through, like if you look through my old DeviantArt account and just old projects of mine, the biggest thing I've noticed is that while they are for sure, while the stuff I've worked on has been nice in its own way, none of it, what's the best way to say it? Like none of it was really humanoid. Well, none of it was really human-based. Like they were all, a lot of them were humanoid, which in case of like 2 arms, 2 legs type deal, but none of them could really function like a human. Like I didn't have, like you could have like a standard assault rifle that you held in 2 hands across the chest. That didn't work. And obviously not to say that it needs to be anything like that, but I think especially for how essentially Gundam inspired, and just how it's something that I haven't really done a lot of yet, it's something I definitely want to do for Solar War. So it just means a bit more work to get that, you know, to do that, because I got to design that up front and got to get it right. What can I do? I think I'll make a cutout here, which would mean I need to do, I guess just this one. There. Goes there, that goes there, boom. Actually, I guess I would need one more, wouldn't I? Because I want it to be a cutout like that. Basically, I want to show some of the core color in through here, and the easiest way to do that is to just, you know, show it. Show the underlying hull at least. because I need that to match. Basically go here. Bam. So now I connect that to here. Now I know I can take that here, this one here, bam. Cool. Okay, so now let's just do some mirroring. I'm doing this actually the incredibly inefficient manual way. I don't know why I did that. And I missed one. That should mean that there's no... Oh, there's a blue. Where is that? Here. Found it. But not there, of course. Any more blue? I'm just checking the model for blue lines because that means it's an unconnected edge. So even though I've got them, I'm making hand signals again, you guys can't see them. Duh. So even though the edges of those two polygons are pretty much touching, they're not actually connected. So I could pull it away. Yeah, I won't bother showing that in more detail, but see, I do this, and I feel like there needs to be a third one right in the middle. That's something I want. This is already sticking out quite a bit, honestly. Okay. See, these sides are still really plain. I don't want to do more stuff jutting out. I'm already kind of like what I would consider to be the limit for that, for how much I want to do that. It's already sticking out. I could do some indents. Kind of like what I got here already, though. Maybe I need to just bring this in more. See, it's weird. I didn't have this problem designing any of the other stuff. It was just like, oh, details, details, details. Hey, look, it looks cool. Admittedly, I didn't do as good of it. Like, you know, they've got their own problems in that sense, but this still give me a lot more trouble than I thought it would. I apologize because I know this isn't terribly exciting. Fortunately, like I said, I'm just trying to keep my throat in check because I do kind of still need it, both today and just in general. I do have the music at least, so, you know, small things, small things. I think I can keep that. I like the look of that. I do want to bring this up just a little bit more. Maybe even grow this a little bit. So, what if... let's bring this in. Because before it was just a way to connect it, but it doesn't probably need to be that big, to be honest. I'd rather see... actually, yeah, let's do... instead of this. It's a bit of a problem. Still a bit of a problem. Actually, you know what? While we got it like nice and easy like this, let's just go and build our little doohickey. Do I want to do kind of like what I did on the Kodiak with the thin lines? They were kind of annoying to paint. But on the other hand, what else do I really have I can do? So let's try this. Oh, now I gotta do these separately. That's not too bad, actually. Let's extrude this out. There. That's not bad. Keep missing the clicks. That's pretty cool. Ah, jeez. Oops. Yeah, well. Okay, I didn't realize the timer did that, but... oh, I guess I can turn that off. Oh, that's not a word. Okay, so that was about half an hour, so let's just tidy up a little bit here and take a look. That's better. I think what I'm going to do, which I'm going to try and remember to do as soon as I get back, is I'm going to skinny this up and then just drive it right into here. It'd still be two nice separate parts, so when I'm doing the painting I can still tweak those up, and it does break up this nicely. It means I get the tread color, the main hull, and then the accent, which in this case will probably be, if it's anything like the Kodiak's, that I'm already doing, that'll be just a regular gray color, because that'll be consistent across all of them. I think I'm gonna I'll do this right now so I don't forget. Bring this out a bit more, and then just bring this in a bit. And I guess I'll leave that. I don't want it to get too close into messing that up. A little bit of detail here, room for more of the regular gray. That would mean this would be the secondary color for sure. I think I'm just gonna connect those up, like it being separate on the front, but I think on the back it doesn't really need it. Okay. Alright, so I got a few things to do. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break here. So I will see you guys soon, and with any luck we will get this to be... Whoa, what happened here? Yeah, okay. That was weird, but... Okay, yes. Let's do a little bit of save. Alright, so I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. And for those of you watching online, you probably won't notice a difference. So I'll see you guys soon.